So, do those people in the casserole know they're in a simulation, or do they think that they're real?
Of course they think they're real. To them, the rules of my software are just their laws of physics.
But we think we're real. Couldn't our universe also be a simulation?
Oh, absolutely not. No chance. The very idea is preposterous.
How can you be so sure?
Because it's computationally impossible. I guess what I'm trying to say is, our universe is probably also a simulation. Wow!
But that's the exact opposite of what you said 1 minute ago.
Man, imagine how awful it would be to find out your whole personality was just simulated.
I have about 1 billion objections to this.
So do I.
Good. That means it's a fair compromise. You will have 1 year of Earth time to try to improve the humans. I will be monitoring everything to ensure there's no cheating and to track the humans' progress.
When you go on the internet and you look at these video compilations of people that put headsets on in virtual reality games, they might be in an empty room, or there might be someone filming or whatever with them. But when they put the headset on, you'll see that their perception of reality is transformed virtually instantly. And all they've done is put a headset on. And what has the headset done? What do the gloves do in the more sophisticated virtual reality games and the audio? They are tapping into the same 5 senses, I say anyway, through which we are decoding the simulation, and they override those senses with a completely different reality.
They gonna put this on your head before you die, and they're gonna intercept your consciousness where you can live in a computer. That's the Pharaoh's kingdom, with the Pharaoh forever. Is what they said. This is the immortality that the Pharaoh discovered. And we look at all these hats on his head and we don't see the technology that they making us go back with how the Pharaoh achieved immortality. The little rays that you see coming from his hat are the Neuralink wires that allow the soul to take flight. So they look like wings, but they're transmitters. There's this other little god, he wear this helmet with wings on it.
Thor wear the helmet with the wings, the little wings on each side.
Yeah, there
Thor. Yeah,
that's it. Hey, bro, that's the Neuralink ish, bro. They showing us the Neuralink ish, man. Damn, that's crazy.
That's where I was going with that. The Olmec hats.
They got damn Olmec. Hold on, oh ish, man. I got.
We breaking down something now.
That's the Olmec helmet. And I'm gonna show you the transmitters to show we ain't lying. Watch this, watch this. Look at the little bitty balls all over it.
Oh my.
Yep.
Yes, sir. They don't show that side view a lot. They only show the front view.
Let's do the side-by-side breathtaking comparison. Here go the Neuralink with all the holes on it. Now look at the Olmec hat. Now guess what they were saying about the Olmec? That the Olmec were time travelers, immortals, and all that. But look, our ancestors was literally on some Enoch walking off the earth. I'm talking about when we say what happened to the Mayan. Think about this, right? Once you stay gone so long, just think about this right here, right? If you look at this mushroom head right here and look at the Neuralink helmet and the Olmec helmet, it look like the mushroom and shit. Now, they said they do the same thing. You got these Mesoamerican mushroom gods right here. I used to say to myself, you know what? These dudes are eating mushrooms to travel to different worlds. But what if all of that is just all of their Neuralink helmets? So instead of them saying that they used the mushroom to get to other worlds, we yet again don't get it that they using technology that make them look like a mushroom.
Wow.
When you have a headset on, you can go like that and go, just a game. But when the headset is your body, which is delivering this reality to you by decoding the simulation field, you can only take the headset off when you, quote, die. For me, what death is, it's simply a transfer of attention. That's all it is. Because we are consciousness. We are what is experiencing the world. This is the vehicle for that experience. So when the body ceases to function, quote, dies, it ceases to decode the simulation. And as it ceases to do that, your consciousness is no longer being delivered this sense of reality, and it's an interactive reality. It's affecting us, but we can affect it. I'm saying this simulated reality, different levels of it, is actually tiny, like a end of a pin compared with infinite reality.
Obviously, Earth is canceled.
Earth is what now?
All humans on Earth and in the afterlife will be extinguished, and we will start the entire human race over from scratch. And you know what's so funny? Is I'm rebooting everything.
And you got a bunch of people that's already been here prepared to receive a chip. They've been working with these demigods, and they've been awaiting for the arrival of these ancient people. They are occultists and Satanists. They already know that they on the evil side. These people receive a chip. When they receive a chip in their head, they allow their body to be possessed by these ancient pharaohs and stuff.
The host's neuroanatomy is not developed enough to support the file size of a mature human mind.
Gabriel, let's go. I'll hold her down. Do it.
I'm doing what? What are they doing?
For God's sake, give her a sedative.
You can't. Full consciousness is crucial. Postural, dorsolateral, pontine tegmentum is now fully dormant. We have to wait for the searing. Dormant.
They just killed that girl.
The body's ready.
Something's happening. She's waking up. Joseph, can you hear me?
Look at me.
Gabriel. Is it real? This time.
This is real.
Our memory drives. You reverse engineered them to upload our entire minds. That's brilliant.
Propaganda.
Oh, I don't like that.
I don't like that either.
Every generation get very advanced technologically. And the end of all technology is brain-computer interfacing. And that's when the world go through what's called a great reset.
The key is a fully developed brain. Once the adult host consciousness is gone, the mind, stored in the drive, uploads with ease. Now, we still have loads of tests to run, but so far, Josie's consciousness, herself, appears to be whole. In other words, Eureka.
A lot of these things are just symbolic now because they don't want you to know the truth. All of the dynasties that run the world right now, they ain't human. They all are thousands of year old witches with brain computer interfaces in their head. And they don't even think like you and me. They don't think at all. The people that's running the world ain't running it with their own free will in mind. They basically got a chip in their head that's telling them everything, is controlling them like a voodoo doll.
The sun is not a distant star, but a shining circle suspended in our nearby sky, whose invisible walls, the invisible projector dome, limit our perception. The sun and the moon do not rule from outer heavens, but from the internal skies of this world dome, governing cycles that reflect the grand cosmic machinery within which we are confined. Prisoners of a mental control system designed by the custodians and the Anunnaki, the true rulers of the world from the shadow. We must also add to the below the understanding of inner lands, passages and paths used by various past humanities, especially the empire of Great Tartaria. Even today, there are remnants of the great inner cities they forged before the reset of 1728. The invisible dome is not only a physical barrier, but also a metaphor for the mental prison in which we have been submerged. In many ancient cultures, the sky was imagined as a fixed structure, similar to a dome or decorated vault. This meaning of engraved or sculpted fits well with the cosmological vision of some ancient societies that perceived the sky as something structured, perhaps even designed or inscribed with divine or astronomical patterns. What we have believed to be the universe, what we call the universe, is just a fragment of the truth. The cosmos, which for the ancients meant order or adornment, is the veil that has been placed over our eyes to give us the impression of beauty and harmony, while behind it, reality dissolves into layers and cycles unknown to us. Language itself is a tool of control. The word apocalypse comes from the Greek apokalypsis, which means revelation or discovery, but it has been perverted to refer to the end of times. Apocalypse does not mean the end, but the revelation of what has been hidden. The fracture of reality that allows us to see beyond the veil, to discover that we live in a system that confines us. The Anunnaki and the custodians have made us believe that the only reality is this, the material world in which we live. But the true apocalypse will be the revelation that there are other worlds, other lands, beyond the physical and mental barriers that have been imposed upon us. The true fracture of reality will come when we understand that everything we believe to know has been a grand theater designed to confuse us. Words themselves are tools that have conditioned us, but they can also be the keys to freeing our perception from the invisible chains that bind us. The ice walls, which delimit the borders of the known lands and the worlds beyond the first dome, are not simple physical barriers. Their nature is much more complex. These walls act like plasma membranes, similar to those of a cell, allowing selective passage between worlds. Just as biological membranes regulate the exchange of information and nutrients between the inside and outside of the cell, these walls serve to control what enters and exits, both physically and energetically. The portals embedded within these walls are not visible to ordinary eyes, for they operate on frequencies and vibrations that current humanity, under the veil of the invisible projector dome, cannot perceive. The ice walls, then, do not only function as barriers, but as guardians of the deepest secrets of our existence, similar to how a cell protects its nucleus. And just as a cell can receive external signals that alter its behavior, so too can the walls and the first dome. They respond to the collective energy of the world dome, and in particular to the custodians, who have learned to manipulate these resonances to keep the doors closed to most. The portals are described as bridges of light in certain ancient texts, suggesting that passage between worlds is not merely physical, but also spiritual and vibrational. Travelers must dissolve their attachment to material reality, solve, and then coagulate their consciousness into a new form, coagula, to cross. In this sense, the passages are like alchemical doors, points of transmutation where the soul and body can change form, move between realities, and pass through the membranes of the dome.
We live in a world with AI, with clones, and with different alien species that are in human form, whose souls incarnated from somewhere else. But on the AI and the clone side, they have no idea that they're just existing here. They have been implanted with memories that are not even theirs. And I say this because in the last 3 years, traveling around the world, I've seen and met them firsthand. They can't remember the first 20 years of their life. And it's not just one person, it's different people. Now, the other thing is the non-player characters or background players, NPCs. It's the same thing. You can't go through life alone, and they're just existing in the background as energy.
when 1722 hits. The Europeans arrive, of course, and find these 2,000 to 3,000 people living in the middle of the ocean. And this is when they basically kill them all. In my opinion, this 1722 date that we are given was more realistically closer to this 1877 date down here at the bottom. Because literally 11 years later, in 1888, Chile annexed Easter Island by forcible acquisition over one's territory.
When these people first conquered our known lands, they came from places beyond, Tommy, the unknown lands. I said to him, unknown lands. What the hell are you talking about, Pete? Everything you know about our world is a fabrication, conceived only to keep your mind and body trapped